Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. drops 4 percentage points while Vice President Leni Robredo gains 9 percentage points in Pulse Asia's latest presidential preference survey. While Marcos Jr. still keeps his lead in the presidential race at 56% voter preference, Robredo's numbers see jumps across all locations except NCR. Robredo's overall voter preference rating jumps from 15% in February to 24%, reflecting the start of the groundswell of support for the lone female presidential bet. The survey, released on Wednesday, April 6, sampled 2,400 adults and was conducted from March 17 to 21. The latest survey captures the first Comelec debate in the aftermath of Robredo's mammoth rallies across the Philippines. Marcos Jr. sees his numbers drop across 4 locations: Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, even as he keeps his lead. Robredo, meanwhile, sees her numbers rise by 14 percentage points in Balance Luzon, 9 points in Visayas, and 9 points in Mindanao. But in NCR, where her biggest campaign rally in Pasig with 130,000 attendees was held, Robredo's preference numbers dropped by 1 point. Trailing Marcos Jr. and Robredo are Manila Mayor Isko Moreno at 8% voter preference, Senator Manny Pacquiao at 6% voter preference, and Senator Ping Lacson at 2%. Other presidential bets, Faisal Mangondato, Ernesto Abella, Jose Montemayor, Leo de Guzman, and Norberto Gonzalez all get less than 1% each in the survey. Robredo spokesperson Barry Gutierrez welcomes the vice president's improvements in the survey, saying this only establishes Robredo's momentum, which they expect will accelerate all the way to the May 9 elections. He also calls Robredo's rising numbers as the turn of the tide. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte still leads the vice presidential race at 56% voter preference rating, according to a Pulse Asia survey released Wednesday, April 6. The survey, conducted on March 17 to 21 among 2,400 respondents, shows Duterte's numbers seeing a 3% rise from her February rating. She dominates in all locations: Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Senate President Tito Soto comes at a distant second with only 20% voter preference in March, a 4% drop from his February rating. Soto loses ground most notably in Balance Luzon, where he drops 9 percentage points. At third place is Vice President Leni Robredo's running mate, Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan. Pangilinan's numbers improved from 11% in February to 15% in the March survey. Pangilinan sees a rise in his numbers across all locations and all socioeconomic classes, except in the National Capital Region.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Rappler CEO and Nobel laureate Maria Ressa meets with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Wednesday, April 6, to discuss the need to defend and protect independent media. Tweeting a photo of the meeting, Blinken says independent media is a cornerstone of democracy, an essential tool worth protecting in this critical moment for defending democracy. The U.S. State Secretary adds he and Ressa tackled the work governments must do to protect journalists. Ressa meets with the top U.S. diplomat after testifying before a U.S. Senate hearing that looked into the deterioration of freedom of expression in Asia. The Filipino journalist called on lawmakers to hold American tech companies and social media giants accountable for platforms that have rewarded lies laced with anger and hate over facts. Ressa repeatedly urges government officials in the Philippines, Europe, and the U.S. to draft legislation that will guard against the spread of misinformation and disinformation online. Twitter says on Tuesday, April 5, it will offer Elon Musk a seat on its board of directors. Tesla boss and entrepreneur Musk has amassed a 9% stake in Twitter, making him its largest shareholder. Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal tweets Musk's addition to their board, which Musk responds to expressing his excitement and hopes of improving the platform. Other Twitter executives, like Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, also tweet out congratulations for Musk. A source close to the situation says Musk will be involved in strategic decisions, including the direction of Twitter's Blue Sky project and the addition of a heavily requested edit button. He will not have a say on the platform's moderation, what speech gets banned or whose accounts get restored, a policy that applies to all board members. Musk, who calls himself a free speech absolutist, has been critical of the social media platform and its policies. British singer Ed Sheeran wins a copyright case at the High Court in London Wednesday, April 6, over whether a refrain from his 2017 mega-hit Shape of You was lifted from another artist. Sheeran is involved in a legal battle with grime artist Sammy Chokri, who performs the Sammy Switch, and music producer Ross O'Donoghue. They argued the hook from Shape of You was copied from their 2015 song Oh Why. The judge concludes while there are similarities between the OW or OY hook and the OI or OI phrase, there are also significant differences. Sheeran faced lengthy questioning about his work during last month's trial. A lawyer for Chokri and O'Donoghue accuses him of simply altering other artists' music and words to pass their work off as his own. The singer said he always credited other artists and told the court he had never heard the OY song he was accused of ripping off. Sheeran's hit became the best-selling digital song worldwide in 2017 and received more than 5.6 billion views on YouTube.